Yeah,
is.
it is. It is. I'll explain that in just a moment.
Okay.
I do believe we are about ready to get started here. All right. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Jeff Epps, and I am the CEO of Stimrel City LLC. And welcome to this presentation of our first drone competition. And this particular drone competition is put on in cooperation with the NCBCE, and it is a great opportunity to engage our students with coding, robotics, and learning. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Morgan Crawford of the NCBCE. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Jeff. Thank you. So yes, welcome to the first North Carolina Educator UAS cohort drone competition. We're excited to be here today. My name is Morgan Crawford, and I am from the governor's office with the North Carolina Business Committee for Education. And we're excited to have Gamewell Middle School competing this morning, and we'll get y'all to introduce yourselves in just a moment. I want to do a thank you to our judges. We have Matthew McLam with the North Carolina Department of Information Technology here today, as well as TC Freeman with the North Carolina Department of Transportation. Those are your judges, along with, also want to thank Jeff Epps, who just introduced himself, of Emerald City, and Paul Rossi of 910 Drones for leading the cohort and this competition. Also, a special thank you to our sponsor, Bridge Tech. So we really appreciate their support of our competition. Welcome and good luck today, students. Looking forward to it.
They can hear you.
All right. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump on into the competition. We're going to
Okay. You're muted, Jeff.
Okay, so Matthew, we are now going to get started. But first, before we do that, I'd like for you to introduce yourself and your students.
My name's Matthew Hilton, and I'm an engineering teacher here at Gamewell Middle School in Caldwell County, North Carolina. And the two students with me today are Maisie Forehand and Taylor Wisnett. And they are 8th grade students that I've had the pleasure of teaching for the last 2 years since I've moved to Gamewell Middle School. They are both some of my top students in the engineering program here. And so they're going to be working together to tackle our missions today. They've been working together for the last, about 5 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. A little over 5 weeks. So they've been really enjoying it, and they're excited to see how this goes.
All right. So are we ready?
I think we're ready as ever.
All right. All right. So I'm going to switch over real quick, and I'm going to kind of go over some scoring rules here real quick for everybody. So upon landing, the drone's distance from the waypoint will be measured in inches by the flight zone manager. That will be me. If the drone's distance is greater than 12 inches, you'll receive 1 point. If the drone's distance is between 12 and 10 inches, the team will receive 2 points. If the drone's distance from the waypoint is 8 to 10 inches, the team will receive a score of 3. If the drone's distance from the waypoint is between 6 and 8 inches, you will receive 4 points. And if the distance from the waypoint is 4 to 6 inches, the team will receive a score of 6. If the drone's distance from the waypoint is between 2 and 4 inches, the team will receive a score of 8. And if the drone's distance from the waypoint is 0 to 2 inches, the team will receive a score of 10. And to the judges, I will be calling those distances out to you so that you can make your decision. All right. So let's move over to the second page. Okay, the judge will evaluate the team's overall communications and effectiveness using use of all available resources. So I will say this to our competitors: you cannot mute your mic at any time. Okay, the judges are listening to hear how you're communicating with each other. Are you communicating clearly, and so forth. The judge will assign a score of 1 to 5 in half-point increments for the following criteria: communication and use of resources. Communication being they're going to look to see how well you're communicating with each other, and they're going to look for verbal communication to be used in order to maintain safety flight operations. Then finally, the use of resources. How effectively are you working together and supporting each other? We're looking for how well the team uses the resources available, like the written instructions, the flight zone map, communicating with me, the flight manager, their team, their coach, and so on. Now, to the competitors, at any time, if you need to see a specific camera angle, you can let me know. So let's test those camera angles right now. I'm now going to switch my camera over so that you can see the actual grid. And you should be seeing a grid of the floor. You should see the drone and 4 mission pads. So can you see that camera view? To the contestants, can you see this camera view?
Yes, we can see the 2 mission pads in the back behind your leg, but I can't see 2 other.
To the right, middle.
Okay, so you can see the ones. Can you see the mission pad I'm standing in front of right now?
No.
You cannot see that. Okay, let me adjust the view. To my judges, can you see that as well? Can you see the mission pads I'm standing in front of?
Yes.
You can. Okay, Matthew, can you adjust your video?
Trying to think. I wonder if it. No, it's still. I'm not sure how to adjust it as far as getting out of
Switch to shared content.
share con. No.
Then
If you put your Zoom meeting in a full screen window, it should allow you to pop out the video. So you can see all the squares. There should be 8 different video squares.
Full screen. So 100%. I know.
No worries.
Now I
The
can't-
scoring screen is still the largest on mine also,
Okay.
but I can see the other 2.
Yes. We're
Okay.
we just want to make sure that they can see the camera from their particular.
there we go.
We see one now.
Okay, so now you should be able to see. Can you see where I'm standing right now? The mission pad in front of me.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so we're good to go there. And let's see here. We're going to go ahead and get ready to give you control. And we're going to give that to M. Hilton. All right, so at this point, Matthew, your students should be able to control the screen. Let's test that to make sure that is the case.
I'm not seeing the same.
Okay, can you see the screen with that says Mission 1?
There you go. Yep. So,
Okay, and can you move the mouse for me? All right, let me try this again. I'm going to stop the remote control, and I'm giving access to M. Hilton. Let's try that again. Okay, to the students, have you received a prompt that prompts you to take control of the screen?
Yes. Yeah, it says you can control Jeffrey Epps' screen at the top.
Okay, go ahead and accept that. There we go. All right, excellent. So now over on the left-hand side, you should see a series of slides, and this is nothing more than a Google slide, and we're currently on mission 1. If you scroll down, you'll see the other missions, but I want you to go all the way down to the bottom. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You should see 2 slides, 8 and 9. Slide 8, go ahead and click on it. That is your map. Okay, this is the dimensions of the grid. It is 7 by 4. Okay.
Is waypoint 1 still halfway between?
It certainly is. It most certainly is. It is halfway between, and it is 7 by. I'm sorry, 7 by 8. 7 by 8.
I need breakfast in here. Miss
Very
Collins
good.
said somebody might need.
Okay, 7 by 8.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. We've got our grid set up. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and then slide number 9 is your compass, just in case you need one, in case you need to figure out an angle or something like that. So let's go ahead and proceed to mission number 1. I need you to read the mission aloud, and we will take it from there.
The drone must take off from waypoint 1, fly forward about 6 feet between waypoint 3 and 4, and fly backwards to waypoint 1 and land.
Okay. Now, are there any questions about that mission?
Say no or yes.
No.
Okay. Now, if you look at the very bottom of your screen, you should see the drone blocks icon. Do you see it? Go ahead and click on that. You may now begin to code your mission.
Okay. You should put take off.
And feel free to switch back and forth between drone blocks and the mission at any time.
Take off. What about 6 feet between 3 and 4? So we just gotta go there and then go backwards.
Yep, so take your time. You're gonna get 2 chances.
Can you see how many inches this is? How many inches 8 feet is? Okay.
On the call right now, Jeffrey X is the lead for our cohort. City. And then we also have people from NCBCE and then a couple of industry people.
You write it down.
Yeah.
And they're judging.
You must have the IN or
They
I'll be
have a
confused.
scoring
Yeah,
that they're
You should
gonna
know me by now.
judge on based on teamwork.
So this fly forward about
accomplishing
6
the mission.
feet. So do we fly 8 or do we do 6?
So right now, I think they just do an individual
6
schools
feet.
this year for each time slot.
Okay. 6 feet
And
would be
then we're
like right here.
connected into Jeffrey's
Yeah.
computer right now. He said the drone.
Do we
Mhm.
turn backwards?
So when they go to launch it, we'll
This
switch
is fly
camera
backwards.
view.
So we just fly backwards.
Yeah.
How many inches is 6 feet? 6 feet would be.
Well,
Okay.
they're gonna just take out some math and just have to do some conversion and stuff. I don't know about that.
72 inches.
So they've been practicing it here. We've had all the stuff spread out the edges of the ring. And not put markers on the floor. But 5 to 6 weeks now. Stuff.
About forward. Wait, does he have the hand?
So take off 5 forward. No, about 6 feet.
And then
Okay,
fly
we
backwards.
went 3, 4, fly backwards to waypoint 1 and land.
Okay. So he's not doing the where he lands for 5
Fly
seconds.
backwards.
So, and when you're ready, you're going to be able to go up to the hamburger like you normally do.
Okay, all right, before we launch,
Mhm.
okay, let's get the drone cut on. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn, so are you ready to launch at this time?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn on the drone. Drone is on, and we need to connect to it via Wi-Fi. Can we do that down at the very bottom? Okay, there's your drone. Yep. And we will connect. And we'll click the tello in the upper right-hand corner. Excellent. And connect. We should get some battery information. Wonderful. All right. And at this time,
Is it showing up as connected on your end?
yes. And now let's launch. Let's go ahead and launch the mission. We're clear to launch. Okay, the drone is up. Okay, the drone is flying forward about 6 feet. It's flying backwards about 6 feet. Okay, at this time, the drone landed about 2.5 feet from the target. The drone landed about 2.5 feet from the target. I'm going to give you a quick view here from our other camera.
How many inches do you need?
72.
Okay.
So it's about 6 feet.
Hmm.
I don't know how, because
So-
it went 6 feet forward.
A lot of things can come into play with this. How do we adjust it? Would you like a second attempt?
Might as
Do a
well go
second
for it.
time? Just make it go backwards less.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Recode your mission, and I will reset the drone.
Okay. So if it's 2 feet,
There
you
you
landed 2 feet away from it.
Yeah.
We'll just subtract 2 feet from it.
Yeah.
Which would be, subtract 24 from that.
Check your math.
72.
Need your resources.
72 minus 24.
What else interesting to see? When we were doing this in the other day, we were doing some loops.
Oh,
Oh, so sorry about that. There you go. Okay.
So when I was talking
Okay.
about
All right. Are we ready to launch?
yes.
even
All right. You may launch your mission.
slightest air movement.
The drone is up.
The landed closest to us.
The drone is moving forward 6 feet. The drone is going backwards.
Where'd you go backwards go, though? You sat with the drone. What is wrong? We talked like
Interesting.
thing.
Okay.
First it goes backwards.
Okay. The drone is about 2.5 feet
Oh my god.
from the target.
So that
Okay.
actually kept.
All right. So judges.
So it went 6.
2.5
right?
feet.
Okay. That's the best out of that's about the out of the two. Out of the 2 attempts,
We get the next one.
it was about 2.5 for each one. So at this point, based on the scoring rubric, the score is a 0 for this mission. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the second mission.
Interesting.
Let's go ahead and we can delete the block of code that is here. Okay. And let's go ahead and switch back over and proceed to mission number 2.
Drone must take off from waypoint 1, fly right about 3 feet to waypoint 5, fly forward about 8 feet to waypoint 4, fly left about 3 feet between waypoint 3 and 4, fly backwards to waypoint 1 and land.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Okay, wait. So he has to go to 5. And then,
About 3 feet to 5.
which this is kind of 3 feet, I guess. And then he has to fly to 4. And then he has to go between 3 and 4. And then go back to 1. So he's making a box.
Oh, weird little box. That's not a box.
Oh my god.
I found the wedge red.
He's got to turn right.
Turn this way.
That's better.
He is making a box. Just a weird box. Yeah.
Okay. And then go forward. Go forward about 3 feet.
Isn't it 30, 36?
Yeah.
I number a lot.
Wait, let me be a little more. Half a 7, like 3.5. So we would have like half a foot onto this, which would be 42.
We do. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
It's my motto now. We'll find out.
We'll find out. And then he's got to turn left.
Yeah.
Remember the pentagon we had to do?
And then 8. Just one 8. And then we say was, yeah, 90. I can't speak. 96 inches. Here, I have it written down.
Doesn't he have to go in between?
Yeah, in between.
Okay.
Here, go. Here, go. I was gonna say go to it. You already did.
He has to turn left. You know, at least that room doesn't have any chairs to knock into.
Exactly. There's not many chairs.
And he goes flying.
I mean, but there's still walls.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll hit the wall.
Be careful.
Not again. Last time we hit many walls and chairs.
He's facing this way. Doesn't he have to fly backwards for some reason?
No, because he goes here and then he flies back.
Fly backwards. So first he has to turn backwards. 'Cause he's like
Make it fly backwards.
Because he's
You
turned-
can't turn and fly back.
Well, he's like this, so we have to turn.
Right.
Okay.
Fly backwards.
Why did I click on that? Okay, turn right.
Before we launch it, let's make sure it's correct.
Yeah. Turn right and then fly back.
Yeah, backwards. And then a full on,
He has to go.
full on 8.
Go back. And then he has to land.
Probably not gonna work, but we'll find out.
Okay. So he turns right. He goes forward. Turns left. He goes forward. He turns left to go forward. He turns right. Backwards. And then he goes
Wait.
back.
Hold on. I'm blind. I don't know where we were. Turn right this way. Left. Turn forward. Left. Right. Right. Flip backwards. Maybe. Yep, I'll find out.
Okay, we are ready to launch.
Okay,
Maybe.
if you are ready to launch, go ahead and launch your mission. The drone is still on.
Just kind of show them where we want them to go.
Well, and it just shut off. How about that? You gotta love drones, right? Okay, let me repower it back up. Let's give it a second to boot, and then you can reestablish your Wi-Fi connection.
Let's see.
Okay, let's attempt to make a Wi-Fi connection to the drone.
So that
Add speaker.
I don't know
You
how
know,
to work.
I got you.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Connect.
There you go.
Uh-huh. And let's connect to the word tello, blue word tello in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Almost did.
That would be so sad.
It would.
Okay, we are ready to launch. You are free to launch your mission.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah,
At
launch.
least you had one.
What's nice is we don't have to switch the view because we can.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. We didn't get a launch. What's happening?
Come on.
Always a technical something. Let me take control for just a second.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that we are good to go.
The drone doesn't want to do it. It didn't come down here.
Come on, Jerome. You gotta do this. It's like your whole
Whole
life.
being.
It's your whole being is to just do this.
We're talking about the drone like it's a thing person.
Yeah.
Oh, it lost its connection. Okay, let's get it back.
No. Do y'all listen? No.
Just listen to Taylor.
Exactly. You probably shouldn't at the same time. You should be like, yeah, you should probably listen to me, but not all the time.
All right, let's see here.
These are the exact
I'm
people.
just gonna act like they're not there.
These are the exact people they want in their competition.
Exactly.
Let's see. I'm curious to see how much if there's wind going on.
Yeah.
All right, there's the drone is up.
We'll go up and then kind of zigzag.
No.
He goes
Okay, the drone is turning to the left,
a little bump. So that happened.
Okay.
That's
flying forward. Okay, okay. Okay.
It looks like it's lined up. So now we just
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay.
so it's supposed to fly backwards.
Oh.
Oh, we're really far from that. We're
Okay. So we are currently
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
about 2.5 inches from the target.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can you say that again? Is it 2.5?
2.5, I'm sorry, 2.5, yep, 2.5 feet from the target.
Okay.
2.5 feet.
Okay, so what's the furnace first?
So it looks like everything was good, right?
Except for the last one
Just
where we
the
need to
last
fly
one?
backwards. Come on. Wait.
So that one, basically they had to do a half rectangle. So they're doing a rectangle on the
Okay.
right side
Yeah,
of
it
that-
says to fly
of the
backwards.
box.
So
Yeah.
So they had to
That
go
was the
right
problem. He
and
flew
then
backwards.
up
He just didn't go far.
and
Just
back
didn't
and
go far
then
enough, so
fly
that's our
backwards
problem.
All right.
instead of forwards.
How much
Pretty-
more do you think we should make him go?
But
Like a foot.
Just to be safe.
I feel like it's gonna run
Curious.
into whatever is behind behind the first point.
It'll be fine. He just crashed the camera.
yeah, I was gonna say,
That's gonna happen.
do you want to try to do the full
Yeah, jinxed it now.
missing, or do you want to do
I
less?
think it's just the fly backwards.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think this one could probably be adjusted too, because see, it landed
Yeah.
like
Landed.
kind of diagonal. So I don't know if you need to go a couple.
A couple more
inches.
inches that way.
So maybe those last two,
Okay. So wait. Just forward.
but right now we're kind of playing a guessing game, because we don't know
Forward. Turn.
the air.
Forward. Returns. Okay. We could.
So they're connected to this.
We could
ground.
add like half a foot to that.
So much talking.
Yeah, they're remote connected
Like
into this
everything.
computer.
Our communication.
And so we're on a Zoom call with
We could
Jeffrey.
add like half a
and
foot
people
here,
from
so that way it
NCBCE.
makes up for the fact that it
So
did
First
whatever that
mission went
was.
pretty well,
So
but
wait,
we
we're-
didn't realize how much
we're
the air was
Yeah,
gonna
and if we
affect
go
it.
like a
So
little
we
bit
didn't
later,
get any point, or we didn't get any mission points.
and then
for that
flying
one.
backwards, we could add
So
a
we're
bit
trying
more
to
to it.
figure out
So much
how
talking.
how the air is gonna affect it.
Have to adjust your plane.
Yeah.
How far do
So
you
the
think we
math
should
is
go?
solid. They've been doing really good with
For
the
here?
math part. It's
Yeah.
just-
Well, I mean, it's definitely not 96. Whatever we had. What did we have?
96. I think it's more than 96 because it landed like over here. It's supposed to be over here. You could add like a foot to it. So that way we don't get too much.
So you could always do like yeah. I'm thinking that
That'd be 108. I don't know. Don't make that noise.
is it letting us type in?
Yes, you should be able to do that now. Yes.
You could try it again.
Okay.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
You said 108. It was like what?
Yeah, added the foot here to make up for distance. And we had more here. So maybe.
Okay, let me know when you're ready to launch. Hold on, let's get the drone. The drone is shut off. The automatic shut off has kicked in. I'm powering on the drone now. Let's give it about 10 seconds to boot, and then you can make your Wi-Fi connection.
Steps.
With plenty of time to clean up those steps.
All right, let's go ahead and connect. Excellent, excellent. And let's go ahead and connect to the word Tello in the upper right-hand corner. Perfect. All right, and we are ready to launch.
You should never know. You should never know. Shouldn't you?
Okay. Let's go
The
like
drone is up.
Well, I think we're also dealing with a battery issue too. It's
Yeah.
getting less power.
Okay, the drone turns.
and I forget
One
how
right there
far.
landed hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. It's now moving forward.
Oh, they have airbags.
Perfect.
Good.
Turning to the left.
It's not on Windows.
Right.
I think that's. Oh, let's see.
Okay, please.
Long distance.
Here we go.
Come on.
What?
Wait, it was in the middle. It was in the middle. That's exactly where. That's exactly where it was. It's just on the left now. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, we have about 2.5 feet from the target. Okay, so that will be a score of 0. However, team, let me point out something very important with this mission. Okay, let's go back and take a look at the mission. The mission states that the drone must take off from waypoint 1, fly right about 3 feet. Okay, if you look at your block of code,
Yeah.
you have a yaw in there.
Ouch.
So that yaw is going to throw your code off just a little bit, okay? So make sure that you thoroughly read and understand the mission, because extra lines of code can definitely throw the drone off, okay? All right, so judges, that will be a score of 0 for mission number 2. And let's go ahead, if you would, team, go ahead and discard this block of code, and we will proceed to mission number 3.
We might have turned y'all then.
Hey, Jeffries,
Yes.
is there going to be a point where we have to switch out battery?
No, we're good to go so far, but I will take care of that. Absolutely.
1, flight of 4. Turn left and 5. Oh my god. Turning now.
Here we go again.
Disgusting. Okay. Well, he's got that.
Oh,
it's the third. Yeah.
we've learned.
And from an atmospheric standpoint, there is no AC or draft in the room.
Didn't look like there was.
Well, there is AC, but it's not on right now due to temperature in the room.
Okay.
Cold. Don't want AC. It's cold.
Okay.
No AC needed this morning.
So we have
cold.
Okay, wait, we gotta do the thing, the triangle thing. to find out the distance, even though it probably won't matter.
Probably won't. Probably gonna end up 2 feet anyways.
Just trying to
36,
Shoulder up, make you nervous.
42. Can you do 96 squared? 'Cause that's a big number.
I don't think I would be able to do this one here. 96 squared.
Yeah.
I don't think you could do 96 squared.
Is that a
in here.
square button?
No, I can do. Man, at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll look at the diagram again.
Sure. Was
I
40.
can't look at it.
It said no.
It did. It said no.
42 squared. What is
I
42
can get
squared?
to.
No. I don't like this computer.
Looks like my laptop. Is that
If
really-
you have a laptop like this, man.
It's really heavy and it has a loud, noxious fan.
Hmm.
7, 8, 9. That's a big number.
Hey Jeffries, I can't seem to get to the back to the slide.
Now we need this.
Okay.
Like the Zoom
We need the
is
square root
like
of this.
blocking.
Square.
Let's see.
Okay. Here, I can get you back there. There we go.
109 and then 80. Like 100. Jesus, are you okay?
Yep.
This is like 104 inches. Okay. We need to find the degrees on this.
Is that thing? I
This
forgot
thing.
what it's called.
This thing.
No, it's the last thing.
Oh, I don't think that's going to help. Well, so bright. I hate it.
It was so dark.
It did get really
Too
bright.
good.
It didn't help.
Probably didn't.
It's fine. Okay. For the turn. I don't actually know how to do that.
It's because it's right here.
Wait, which one is the opposite?
It
This one. This would be 9. Would it be 8? 8 over.
would be 8.
And then adjacent would be 5. Would it be 6?
Be whatever the distance.
So that's 3.5.
I've done something.
Okay, cute.
It can't like anything. Reason I don't like these computers. I'm used to the computers.
Just click it until it goes away.
Yeah, it seems about right. I need to stop clicking things.
Yeah, this is the errors.
Okay. Alright, so 8. Is that divided by? That makes everything easier.
Okay, let me know, guys, if you need to get back to drone blocks if you're having trouble switching between your screens.
Okay, will do.
Okay.
They're doing some math still.
66. Okay.
Excellent. I love to hear that. They're doing math.
Yeah.
This is the most
I love
pain.
that.
I already know it.
So don't we subtract that from 90 to get how much this is?
Hold on.
So what's the pattern? Is it going
It has to go here and then.
here first?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so. Here.
Yeah.
Wait,
would be-
we're on mission number 3, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't need to go next for 4.
Yeah, it does.
What about 4 feet?
I'm so confused now. Hold on.
Yeah,
I feel
What
like
about 4 feet?
they're just doing math just to do math, so they're enjoying. Yeah,
Music to my ears.
You're gonna laugh at me.
it's
It's fine.
get you a new visa.
I can read.
And get extra credit. I'll just hold on to that.
So,
Turn left and fly to
I thought something was wrong.
I think the still turn.
And it was
diagonal,
like
though.
correct.
Christian
Drone
stuff.
must take off from 1.
I knew we should have read it.
Fly about 4 feet and then turn and fly and land at 3.
You're the one.
Yeah, it's still
collapses,
gonna-
Man.
Do that weird turn.
I'm right. Well, I've already started writing. So
Yeah, so it's going up.
That's 5, not 3.
So you're right. You did have to do this, but just the wrong triangle.
Yeah.
yeah,
Triangle's up here now.
I knew I should have read it. I did it with glasses.
Thanks for hanging in with us. We were doing
Doing
a different triangle.
Okay.
I'm so.
Goes forward about 4 feet. That's like the middle.
I knew I should have read it.
And then he has to turn left and then 3. So we have this square triangle. This is 4 and this is.
There you go. Yeah, so I'll figure out the distance now.
It doesn't that easier.
I don't know. You do 3.5 times 3.5.
You some.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we Jeffries, after Friday, once my second team goes, are we able to get a copy of these missions to try out
Oh, absolutely.
to see?
Yes, these will be
Yeah.
the videos will be posted from the competition afterwards, so you'll get an opportunity to do that. Yes.
We need the square root of 28.25. You
I have to do a little
You
bit
need
of
to the
rounding.
square root button first.
That's why you're the smart one. Right.
Mhm. That's like 5 feet.
And we've noticed it's been short, so
Yeah.
Okay. We, from a time standpoint, we have approached the 30-minute mark
Mhm.
sounds good.
of the competition.
All right, thank you.
It's 5 times 20. It's 60. And if it's 0.3, it's like 63 inches. The math is. Okay, so wait.
Remember to turn left, not yellow.
Yeah. Is there a turn left button?
There is. We've just been using for our practices.
Okay. I need to get back to the penalty blocks, but I can't.
Jeffries, can you switch this back over to drum blocks?
Absolutely. There we have it.
Okay. Navigation. Okay, so we have turn left. Well, no, first we have to go forward. About 4 feet, which is 4 times 20. It's like 48.
I'm pretty sure we need to have our math correct.
That's weird.
I was like, really slow math.
It is.
Oh,
Okay. And then he's gonna turn. Oh, we need the degrees. No. The opposite.
Probably. You want to go ahead and put up the
It'd be 4.
Put what?
The
to do
thing.
the degrees?
This.
The degrees. Yeah.
That'll work.
The computer's having trouble, okay?
The computer just hates me. That's the trouble it's having.
There. I need to start typing that shit.
Okay, what do we have?
4/3.5.
That's right.
Yeah, because that's the opposite. So that's 48. So that'd be 90. 42 degrees.
Oops, my mistake. There you go.
Okay. So move
Are we in full screen?
there we go.
Nah, I think I accidentally took the off.
Okay, so then we have to fly left.
Because look at the thing, it's in
Yeah.
inches.
Set a fly
It's
left.
really only your
Set a fly left.
What?
Set a fly left.
But I think you'd have to turn and then.
Look at the dimensions that they give you. That would tell you if it's the right one.
Okay. Yes, turn, but at a 42. Yes, 42. And then he has to go forward.
Left 42. I'm blind.
And then left.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn the drone on.
Forward and then he turns again.
Okay, are you able to click the Wi-Fi icon in the bottom right-hand corner?
No,
Can you see
sir.
it? Okay, I'll do that for you. So we're going to now connect to the drone.
Look at this thing one more time.
So
Make
this one,
sure.
they have to go to the middle and they're going to the top left-hand corner.
All right, whenever you're ready, you may launch your mission.
Okay.
Are we sure? We'll find out.
We can probably change the dimensions after.
We'll find out.
Okay, the drone is up.
Come on. For one time, you need to get this right.
Drone moves forward.
One time, there's no chairs.
All right, here we go. Good angle. Moving forward. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The drone has landed about 1.5 feet
I mean, hey,
from the target. 1.5 feet.
okay. I think we need to cut down on how far it goes because when it takes off, it kind of does this and then goes.
Okay.
Get
I'm
back
down
in
with
full
that.
screen.
No, I'd like this forever.
I also noticed that it still landed like up here.
Yeah.
It was closer
Well,
though.
Maybe leave the angle as it is.
Yeah, I was just gonna change.
It was closer
change how
though.
How far that first one was.
All right, let's take like 6 inches off that. I feel like that's good. That means we'll go forward.
42, 42, 63.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are some winning numbers.
We're gonna launch.
Okay, you are cleared to launch.
That's a good adjustment because hopefully that line.
Should go to-
Okay, the drone is taking off. It's going forward. It's turning to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice angle.
All right.
Oh my god, it was so close.
Okay, the drone is about a foot away from the target.
We got rid of a half.
So
So that one. Okay.
that's fine. So we're going to give you a score based on our scoring rubric. It is within 1 foot. So that is within between 12 and 10 inches. That is going to receive a score of 2, judges. That is a score of 2. All right, so let's now proceed to mission number 4.
Okay.
Fourth and final mission.
We missed.
The drone take off from 1, turn right, fly forward, and land at 4. So take off from 1, turn right,
Turn right.
and then fly to 4.
Fly forward and land at waypoint 4 for 5 seconds and take off.
Turn right.
Turn right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then go.
We've
That's
done this one. I swear we have.
Yep.
It's just this number 4 is different.
yeah. So from 1, turn right. Okay. Can you
You have
do?
plenty of paper if you need to switch to.
Oh yeah, 1, 6, and 7.
Wait 1 second. I got water.
Okay, so that means we have to turn 24 degrees the
So
first
this one,
turn.
they gotta go, start from there and go directly to the top right-hand corner.
And this is like
And they
104
gotta
inches.
turn around.
You're right.
to the bottom one.
So
So,
can you switch us over to drum block?
Absolutely.
and so we've actually done one similar to this, but was reversed. But like I said, I feel like this was
Zoom.
that's fine.
It's on now.
But
Okay.
no problem. Maybe
What are you doing? Okay.
We need those, right?
Yeah. No, no, we don't need to.
I don't know how to work the computer.
I have to turn.
I only know this one, this huge one over here.
Okay. So first we have to go forward and then we have to turn right.
I was thinking of trying to do something like both our drawings and our
20.
I was like, where's the pen?
Oh.
24 and like
So this is our last mission.
all right, that was good. Then we have to land for 5 seconds. Love the fake landings.
Love, love the.
I've never heard it called that before.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to remember that.
it's funny.
So we have to turn right.
No extra credit for humor though, guys. So
Okay.
I just want you to remember that. No extra credit for humor.
We are gonna be the most funny group.
Ethan and Ricardo are kind of funny last year.
That was last.
Yeah, I have science with them.
That changed.
Then turning 100, turning 90. So wait, would it be 180 plus
So wait.
60? No.
1, 2, and then
Well, we can't turn that way. We gotta turn all the way this way.
gonna turn right. That's what I meant. More what I meant.
So did we do 90 plus 66, which is the angle here? Yeah.
So we're gonna be facing
Yeah.
like this. Something like that.
Should we add 90 plus 66? Would be 156. Turn right. Hundreds. And then we have to fly. We have to do another triangle. Okay, so we still do.
I need to see what those things said.
This is 7 feet. 7 feet is 72. No, what is 7 feet?
We'll find out.
We could just do 8 squared plus 7 squared.
This computer doesn't like me.
9.
It really
Sorry, I
doesn't.
gave you a junky computer.
Yes, yes, you did. 84.
Okay.
We were talking about the 7, right?
Yeah, it's 84. You do the square root of 113.
If the computer will let me. It's up to the computer.
It's, oh my god.
It's not the
There you
computer.
go.
The square
You got
root
it now.
of the square root.
113.
113. There we go. Likes me now because I complained about it.
10.
It always works when you start complaining.
120 plus 6 would be like 100. 26. That's like what this is. So then we fly and then go forward. We're not flying backwards. That would be kind of funny though.
No, it would hit the wall.
Yeah, it would.
It's not funny. It would hit the wall. Not funny at this.
So hold on. Before you do the launch, I want you to.
Computer said no.
Try it. Yeah, go ahead and try it again. There you go.
All the computers are saying. Computers don't like
So-
us.
Okay. I think we should go back over the mission one more time.
We really shouldn't. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Can you switch back to the slides, please?
Absolutely.
I just want to double check something before. One thing I want you to think about is-
Always a great idea.
Yeah.
Because 180 is only going to get you.
So it'd be like 180 plus.
One,
You
turn
kind of do
right,
that what you will, but
turn
think
right,
about that.
turn right, 5 seconds, and take off. Turn right, fly forward and land at waypoint 2.
Okay.
Are we sure that's waypoint 2?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were there.
So it'd be like this angle. Let me find the angle of that.
Of what?
This, so we can make sure this turn. Would it be 90 plus or 180 plus?
More water.
Okay.
You gotta go a little bit
Okay.
past that. So you just gotta figure out how much past that you need to go.
You do the thing.
Gibson?
Yeah, that thing. I don't know what it's called.
It's called tangent. We'll find out. The computer will let me.
Yeah.
Okay.
7/8.
7. Why we not for that?
This is 41 degrees.
I always get the shaky tables. No matter where I sit, I get the shaky table.
Yeah. That means instead of, can you switch us over to the drone blocks?
Yes, ma'am.
Please? Yeah, I had to think about that. Okay, so the first turn is good, but the second turn. Oh my gosh.
All right, we'll see.
Okay, we are ready to launch.
All right, let me get you connected to the drone.
You can get.
I like to think it keeps disconnecting because it doesn't launch with this.
I mean, it is at like 84% battery.
This is the last mission. It can live.
Okay, I believe we are ready to launch. Let's launch.
Okay.
Our last mission.
After this run, we can adjust some.
Okay, the drone is up.
The turns are usually fine. It's just the distance.
Usually
The
not.
drone makes an immediate turn toward the angle. Okay, so your drone.
Sounds like it's dying.
It does sound like it's
It's
done.
gonna lift off, Jeffers, in a second.
That's right. Okay, so it went to the wall. So it went past the target. So I want you to see where you are. You went to the past the target to the wall. So now you can make your adjustment.
We need to.
Make your adjustment from there.
Okay.
So it's not that.
How much
So
you
it
think?
was
So it was about 2.5 feet from the target,
Just take 2 feet off.
and that was to the wall.
I would take a look.
104 minus 24. If you do that,
Mhm.
104 minus 24. You just take 2 feet off of it.
Depends. 104.
Minus 24.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I was literally about to say, Camille likes me now? No, I was wrong. We'll find out. We'll find out.
okay. So plus. Okay.
Okay, you can launch whenever you're ready.
Come on, Joe. Make us proud.
It's literally the last.
Okay, the drone is up.
Come on, Joe. So well last time. I mean, not well, but
Okay, there's the angle. It's flying forward.
And it's a lot.
Oh, look at that.
I can't see where it is.
That is a good,
oh, no.
that's very good. That's within a foot. We're about to take off again.
did we change our distance from the other one?
No, because I didn't know how far we were going.
It
Yeah.
crashed because it crashed into the wall before we can test it. This is gonna be great. That was our first crash. Mine, because it was minus.
The angle is off just a bit.
Yeah.
I went into it. Ooh.
About
That's a lot.
Yeah.
about just over 4.5 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so judges, that will be a score of 0 for that meeting, for that particular mission. All right, so that concludes your number of missions. Let me go ahead and stop the share.
It's better than none.
So let me switch over the video.
You know, either like Carter just gonna go like all the points.
Either that or none.
Either that or none. They don't communicate.
All right, so to the contestants, and everyone that's out there watching out there on YouTube, I think our contestants can tell you this isn't as easy as it looks. There's a lot involved. There's a lot of critical thinking and higher level thinking involved. And as you can see, this engaged our students on a level. This engaged you on a level that you haven't been engaged in you haven't been engaged before. So we appreciate your competitiveness today. Judges, do you have any questions regarding the scoring?
I don't.
TC?
No, sir, we're good.
All right, so real quick though, I would like for our judges to briefly introduce yourself and tell us what it is that you do.
So, hello, my name is Matthew McLam. I'm the Assistant Director for the Center for Geographic Information and Analysis with the state of North Carolina. So if you're familiar with GIS or mapping, we are the group at the state that oversees mapping for the state of North Carolina and the agencies and local governments. And I just want to the contestants say, great job, good job sticking in there. I thought, you did a great job communicating, did a great job talking to each other and using your resources. I could hear some calculator usage in the background and punching those numbers, and you didn't get flustered. So you went back and you continued to tweak and make changes as you went. So great job. And keep plugging away and keep working at it.
Thank you, Matthew. Mr. TC.
All right. Yeah, appreciate you guys taking the time. I know it's not easy having people look over your shoulder and even YouTube land and all that good stuff. So I would say it's obvious that you guys get along well, and that's very important. So in my job as aviation safety specialist, my background is flying manned and unmanned. So crew coordination, cockpit resource management, or crew resource management is a big deal. I did notice, and this is probably something that we'll have to address with Jeff a little bit, is a lot of chatter and interaction in the background from the teacher there, Mr. Hilton. No offense on that. I know that the teachers want you to do good, but the competition is that person. And if you have a lot of chatter in the background, I heard in great detail, kind of like what the people are doing, what the students are doing next. It is permissible for the pilot in command, that would be both of you sharing that responsibility to tell them to hush up. So, and because that could be a distraction to the important task that you're doing. So imagine if you're doing this as a drone delivery, right? You're delivering, you're planning this mission in a real life scenario, flying over neighborhoods and people and all that. It's important not to have distraction and do that with quality. But, and like Matthew said, I do commend both, and it's Taylor and I forget. Macy. All right. So I do commend you guys. It speaks to your character to have some fails in there and keep pressing forward. So that was huge. A lot of times folks will let that rattle them and everything just goes off, goes downhill from there. So you guys were able to shake those things off, make adjustments, and be very, very objective about it. So, but yeah, I think you guys did work. But there was a little extraneous conversation with things that didn't have things directly with the mission to deal with the mission itself. So like I heard something about talking about computers being substandard and all that stuff. So when you're in a professional flight environment, everything that you do once you're up there coding is related directly to the mission at hand. So you got to focus in on that. So yeah, that's my upfront and honest feedback for you. But man, awesome work. You guys really did a great job, and thanks so much for your time.
Okay, and let's see. I'm just looking at the messages in the chat. We're good to go there. Okay, all right. So perfect. Once again, Matthew, we want to thank you and your students for taking this time this morning. I know it's a lot to ask at 8 a.m. in the morning to do this much thinking, but you guys did a great job, and we're very thankful to have you as a part of this competition. Are there any closing words from Matthew, from you or your team? Can we get anything on your perspective? Or
real quick, before we hop off, I just want to introduce who you heard me talking to in the background was actually our superintendent who came in to observe. So that's what the talking you were hearing. So I do apologize for that.
We'll give you a pass on that. The superintendent kind of outranks everybody.
Well,
we'll
our
give you a pass.
superintendent, Dr. Phipps, is here in the background, along with our head of our school board.
Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
They've been observing for the past hour, and they've been really impressed with what y'all put on, and are excited. I was telling them about how we are looking to move this into a full-on course for next year at our middle school, and that we're excited to pursue this, and talking to them about our adventure, me and you, Mr. Jeffries, over the summer, what we're going to be working on. So
absolutely. At this point, Matthew, would the superintendent or any one of the visitors like to say anything at this point? They're more than welcome to.
I think I would say that we're excited about what we see, and we know this is just a start. We want to get more students involved. We like the idea of the competition, not just in our system, but statewide. So we appreciate the resources. We appreciate the work that you all are doing to give us feedback, and we look forward to growing our program. Thanks so much.
Thank you for your participation as a district, and thank you for your leadership in the district. All right, so if there are no more questions or concerns, this is going to wrap up our session, guys. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, and on behalf of myself, 910 Drones, Bridge Tech Solutions, and 910 Drones, TC, and Mr. Matthew McLam, guys, thank you for joining us today. Have a great day, and we appreciate your participation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.